Good evening, participants. A warm welcome to this nation-level virtual professional development program on statistical analysis using PSPP, a free statistical software. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Let me share.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
A Word file. Yes. Yes. Good. So, dear participants, without much order, we will begin our session. Same. I think most of us belong to the domain of social science, doing research in various scientific areas. So one of the very important parts of any research is to collect data, especially original data, primary data from the respondents. We have got our own population, we got our own sampling methodologies. We finalize the sample from whom we collect the data. We prepare the data collection tool, maybe observation, maybe interview, maybe schedule, whatever it may be. So we collect data from the respondents or use something like a Google form or Survey Monkey forms or Microsoft forms. That way also you can collect data, or you can prepare a checklist, can go and collect data. Just sit quiet, observe what is happening among the people, what people do in a particular situation, make a record of all those things. So you collect data in all these ways and means. Sometimes, being a student of commerce or economics, already primary data is already available. Okay, so the data about the business transactions of an industry, a particular company or a group of companies, sometimes are the income and expenditure statements, the balance sheets, the operating expenses of organizations. See, all these data are already collected. They are made available online. Sometimes we need to take this particular data which is already available, and this data, already available data, you take it and that you do for you use it for further analysis. And what would be the way we are dealing with data? So when we talk about data analysis, the first thing what strike our mind is what kind of tool we need to analyze the data. See, of course, we normally go for SPSS. SPSS stands for Statistical Package for Social Sciences. It's from IBM. It's a proprietary software. It's very costly. Also, these days, we have to renew the software every year. But thanks to the good efforts of various organizations, communities, and individuals, we are so blessed today to have a good number of free softwares or open source softwares. A good number of softwares are there. There are some softwares which you can access online. You can do all kinds of analysis online. You need not download any software. For example, there is something called SOCSCIstatistics.com, a website, beautiful website where you can go and do all kinds of analysis. And we have Statistry, another tool where you can go and do a lot of analysis online. So many online tools are there. Apart from that, there are some free softwares that can be downloaded and they can be installed either in your laptop or desktop. Just like how you are using your MS Word, the same way you can go to your laptop or desktop, you can open the software and you can carry out all analysis. To mention a few, the most popular free statistical tools, the most popular. 1 minute. Hello. Ma'am, please tell me. Ma'am, please tell me. நீங்க வாட்ஸ்அப்ல இல்லையா மேடம்? நீங்க ஏங்கம்மா நான் கூகுள் ஃபார்ம்ல கடைசியா லிங்க் கொடுத்து ஜாயின் பண்ணி சொன்னோம்ல, நீங்க ஹாய் போடுங்க, ஹாய் போடுங்க நீங்க வாட்ஸ்அப்ல. என்னோட வாட்ஸ்அப் வந்து 860 Ma'am, please, ma'am, என்னோட நம்பர் ஒரு ஹாய் போடுங்க லிங்க் அனுப்பி. ஐ எம் செஷன் கிளாஸ் எடுத்துட்டு இருக்கேன் இப்ப நான். ப்ளீஸ் மேக் a note of my WhatsApp number 860 860 89 43 149. என்னோட வாட்ஸ்அப் ஒரு ஹாய் போடுங்க. ப்ளீஸ் ஒரு ஹாய் போடுங்க. I'm sorry, participants. Okay, so what happens? A good number of freely available statistical tools are there, and these tools, they're very simple. You can just download the statistical tools, and you can install it in your system. You can start using it. Okay, and for example, the one kind of softwares which I have been using for many years, and I found very useful is SOFA. Statistics open for all. A very beautiful software. Equally good softwares are JASP, very good. And Jamovi, a beautiful software you can try. Jamovi. Even there are some statistical analysis that you cannot run in SPSS, can be run in Jamovi. Maybe something like confirmatory factor analysis or path analysis. These kinds of tools, you don't see in SPSS, but you can access all those tools in Jamovi. Beautiful. But yet another tool, a very, very simple tool, but a captivating tool is PSPP. And PSPP is a free software. If you happen to see PSPP, its menu, its layout, the step-by-step procedure, the output, all those things will look similar to SPSS. Okay, it's just like SPSS, an alternative, a free alternative to SPSS, but actually PSPP does not have an explanation. So we don't know what does P stand for, S stand for, P stand for, and P stand for. It's not an acronym. Okay, they have just changed the letters and made it PSPP, a free alternative. So let us have an introduction about PSPP. First exercise. And second one is, what are the versions of this software available? See, whether you're having Windows or you're having a Mac or you're having a Linux OS, PSPP is available for all these operating systems. First point. But if you want to install these particular software, you need the binary version. Binary version means the program is already compiled. You just copy the exe file, click and install it. Okay, that binary version is called as package in Linux, installer in Windows, and bundle in Mac. See, most of us are using Windows. I'll use the term installer. That means we need to download PSPP installer. Fine. And two versions are available. One is stable version, other is development version. See, stable version means they tested everything, they file it is good, you can use it. Development version means they keep on developing it. It may have some bugs now and then, you have to manage them. Fine. And both, if you're having a 32-bit system or 64 system, it works on both the systems. Okay, fine, absolute no problem. If you want a 30-bit, you can download 32-bit system. If you want a 64, you can download 64-bit system, absolute no problem. Okay, fine. That's about the versions available. Our next question is, sir, where can I download this particular software? So I shared the link in the WhatsApp group itself. Once again, I'm sharing it here. And this is a place where you can go and download the software. I just open the software. Yes. And this is a link. Okay. Yes. In this link, you can see the software, PSPP 64-bit install v200.exe. This is the latest edition. Okay. If you want the old edition, those old editions are also available. Just click on this two dots. Keep the cursor over there. Just click on this dots. You can see all the editions of software starting from 1.5, 1.6, 1.6.2, and then 2. Okay. The 2 is the latest release. If you just click on this latest release, you can access it. Or if you want to know, sir, is there any development yesterday, day before yesterday? No problem. Just click on this Win Daily. Just click this. You can see the updates of this particular software. This software is being updated every time, and whatever edition you want, you can download. But I would suggest you, let us go click on this latest release. Here, just click on this v2.00.exe. That is a stable version that you can download. Okay, just click on this file and the software will be downloaded. Okay, it is getting downloaded here. And once software is downloaded, for example, software is downloaded. Let us assume that software is downloaded. And I have a software here, and I'll just show you. The software is here. Whatever software I download is here. And let me show you how you can install it. Okay, this software, what I downloaded from the site. I just click the exe file, the single file, exe file. I'll just click the file. You'll ask for permission. You say yes. Say okay. Say next. It is asking what is the place where this software is to be installed. So let me select a drive because already I installed. Just for demonstration purpose, I'm showing again. I go to maybe E drive and I say okay. Okay. In the E drive, I'm going to install the software. Okay. Yes. The E drive, making a new folder and say okay. Then click on install button. It is getting installed. Say only one exe file you are downloading. You are just clicking the file, click yes, click OK, and choose the place. If nothing is mentioned, the software will be installed in C drive. Otherwise, if you want to very specific, you can choose any drive, any folder. The software will be installed over there. Okay, yes. Just wait for a few seconds. Completed. Okay, it's completed. Say close. Fine, that's what I have done. Okay, you can see here. Yeah, desktop shortcut is already created here. It's available here. Let me just click on this software, this desktop icon. I think you are able to see the software. This software screen, PSPP. Okay, is it clear? This is a software. So I think it's very, very simple process to install the software. Okay, fine. Once software is installed, what else we are supposed to know? I'll tell you one by one. Exercise 4, we need to know what is the interface available in this software along with the menu items. So if you come to the software has got two important views. You can see the bottommost here, data view and variable view. Two views are there. Data view, just click it, data view appears. I'm clicking on the data view button, which is available in the bottommost portion of my screen of the software. You click variable view, this particular view appears. Two views are there. Okay. And variable view is a view where you are going to create a worksheet for entering your data. You're going to create a blank format for entering your data. Data view is a place where you are going to enter the actual data that you collected from the respondents. Okay, two parts are there, data view and then variable view. And if you come to menu item, you got a file menu where you can open a new file, or you can open an already existing file, or if you're having a data in CSV format, comma separated values are, I already typed all my data in Excel files, that means no problem. You can save the Excel file as a comma separated value CSV file, and that file can be imported into PSPP. You can save the file and you can close the file. Then comes edit menu. You can insert a new variable. You can go to a particular variable. You can copy and paste. You can clear the variable. All the possibilities are there. Go to view button. You can view all those things. Then data. We'll explain all these things one by one. Sort cases, we have got transpose, we have got split file, select cases, wait cases are there. Then transform, compute, recoding are there. And analyze menu is a very important menu where all kinds of statistical tests, whatever you want to carry on data, are all available in the single menu called analyze. The descriptive statistics or one sample t-test, independent sample t-test, paired sample t-test, one-way ANOVA or bivariate correlation, factor analysis, reliability tests, regression, linear regression, binary logistic regression, then all the non-parametric tests. So all the tests are available in this particular menu called analyze menu. Then graph menu provides only 3 graphs: scatter plot, histogram, and bar chart. And the help menu is really useful. Just click on this reference manual. You'll get information about all the statistical data along with an explanation and examples. Fine. And these are the menu items. Fine. That's about getting familiarity with the interface of the software. Even if you go to SPSS also, you will see same kind of things. One data view, one variable view, same file menu, same edit menu, same view menu, data menu, transfer menu, analyze menu, same. But only thing is, in PSPP, number of statistical tools which are available are less in numbers. In SPSS, lot number of statistical tools are available, but in PSPP, only maybe 30 to 40% of what is available in SPSS can be accessed and done in this PSPP. Okay, fine. Then comes exercise number 5, preparing variables. See, for example, you take a questionnaire, you go to respondents, either collect physically or you can use a Google form to collect the questionnaire. Now, questions are with you. If you want to enter the data directly into PSPP, how you can do that? Before you start typing the questionnaire, you need to prepare the worksheet. We say each and every question, what you have in a questionnaire is called a variable. Name is a variable, name of the respondent, gender of the respondent, age of the respondent, income of the respondent, level of satisfaction of the respondents. See, whatever questions you ask, all those questions are considered as variables. Fine. So before you start entering the data, value, responses, you need to create a format that will make you easy for you to enter the data. See, for that you have to click on this variable view. Don't click data view, click on variable view. So variable view, you can go and define each and every question. For example, I go to first line, question number 1. I just type it Q1. It's called a question number 1, Q1. Then put a tag, just click on tag button. You'll go to type. Type means with our first question, you're going to ask a question. What type of question is this? Just click on this numeric button. You'll get this kind of screen. It is asking the data what you are going to enter, whether it's a numeric data or it is a date, it is a currency, or it is a string. For example, my first question is name of the respondent. So I just click string. String means the alphabets can be typed. How many characters? Maybe I want some 30 characters to type the name of the respondents. Say okay. Okay. So question number 1, what type? It is a string type. I want 30 characters. What is the label? Label means the name what you give to a variable which will appear in the output. Once you do some analysis, the result will be appearing in the separate window called output window. In the window, how this particular variable should look like. So I'm just typing name of the respondent. Okay, I have typed name of the respondent. Is it okay? Yes. Then comes value label. I just skip this. I will tell you later on. These are the basic things. First one. Then let me go to question 2. See, question 2. You have to type Q2. That means the name should start with an alphabet, not with the numbers. If you start with the numbers, it will not accept. If you leave any space in between, that will not accept. Fine. Second question I asked, maybe something like, what is your age? So age is a numeric. I just leave it as such. And what may the width I required? Maybe maximum width can be 2. I just need 2 digits. I don't need 8 digits to enter the age. So I can just minimize it. Okay. I just minimize it to 2. And what about the decimals? I don't need any decimal. Okay. Fine. That's it. So what is the label? I just write age of the respondent. Is it fine? Good? Yes. And let me go to third question. Q3. Here, I'm going to enter new gender. See, what is your gender? Whether it's a male or a female. So, PSPP and SPSS, they provide you something called a coding scheme. So, instead of you typing male, female every time, you can codify it. For example, 0 is equal to male, or 1 is equal to female, or 1 is equal to male, 2 is equal to female. This kind of coding you can create. So this will be easy for you when you're typing the data. So I will keep this variable as a numeric. Okay, fine. And I just want only 1 digit. I just put 1. Okay. Then I'll go for decimal 0. Here label, I just gender. Here, in the value labels, you just go and click it. When you click it, a box opens. Here, I am going to codify. Any variable, any categorical variable can be coded like this. For example, level of satisfaction. Highly satisfied. 5 is equal to highly satisfied. 4 is equal to satisfied. 3 is equal to okay. 2 is equal to not satisfied. 1 is equal to not at all satisfied. This way, any number of categorical values can be coded. Fine. For example, I type 1, the value I type 1. 1 means male. If I type, if for example, I'm getting first questionnaire, the first question is filled by a male candidate. So instead of typing male, no, I will just go and type 1. Okay, male. Then click on add button. It is added. Then I type 2 and I go female and click add button. So this way you can give any code. 100 is equal to male, 200 is equal to female, whatever code you want, number, numerical character, you can use to codify the concepts. Once it is done, you click OK. Fine. Is it kind? So I have created three variables. First question is name of the respondent, then is age, and third is gender. Is it okay? Yes, fine. And here, if you just come to this part, it says that measure. Measure means what kind of data it is. First one I take name of the respondents. Obviously, name is the nominal data. I write nominal. Age is a number. Second one, it is a scale data. Scale data means numeric data. Scale. Because age you are asking, what is your age? 27, 28, 48, 59. It is a numerical character. So scale data. Gender. So gender, I just go, gender is a nominal variable. Gender is a nominal variable. Okay. And sometimes, no, you have these kinds of Likert scale questions, level of satisfaction, level of agreement. So those kinds of questions are, you ask a respondent to rank. You give 5 products and you ask them to rank all the 5 products based on the rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those kinds of data are called ordinal data. So either you have nominal data where you are simply assigning some code for some variables, maybe gender, maybe nativity, maybe educational qualification, or maybe whether they are staying in the hostel or not staying in the hostel, where they are a sports person, not sports person. So these kinds of things are nominal data. Ordinal data means you are ordering something, highly satisfied to least satisfied, excellent to very bad. So that way you are ordering things. And the scale data means any numeric data. Fine. So this is how you can create variables for any number of questions. You can go and create the variables. Okay. See, once these variables are created, then your work will be easy. Now your worksheet is ready. Okay, your worksheet is ready. The same way, if you ask some 100 questions in your questionnaire, you need to go and define first all the 100 questions. You should tell what is the name, what type of question is that, what is the width you require, what is the name for each and every variable to appear in the output. And if you want to assign any value label, you need to assign it. And you have to decide what kind of data it is. See, once this definition part is over, your variable view is ready. Your worksheet is ready. Fine, it's good. Then comes enter in the data for the variable. That's my 6th exercise. Once the variables are created in the variable view, now we are going to enter the data. To enter the data, just click on data view. Okay, here option is data view. If you click data view, you can see here the column names have changed. Previously it was VAR. Now it is Q1, Q2, Q3. Question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. So the columns are nothing but the variables. Questions, question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, columns. What are the rows? 1, 2, 3, 4. Rows are the cases. That means responses. First row stands for the answer given by the first respondent. Second row stands for the responses given by the second respondent. This way it goes. If you have collected data from 100 respondents, you have to use 1 to 100 rows. So row stands for respondents. Columns stand for the variables that you created for your questionnaire. Fine? Yes. Now I'm going to enter data. I did the first questionnaire. It is with me. What is question number 1? Question number 1 is the name of the respondent. So I just type my name. Question number 2, what is the question number 2? What is my age? So my age is 49. Okay, my age is 49. Question number 3, they're asking whether male or female. I have just given a code, no? 1 is equal to male, 2 is equal to female. I just type 1. So instead of typing male, I'm just entering 1. Okay, yes. Second respondent, I go to second respondent. I just type the name, Anu ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. So madam is around 45, for example. Okay. And code is 2, being a female. Okay. Then I go to next participant called Arun, for example. What is age? He's around 34 and he is a male member. Okay. I just type 1. Then I'll go to Pooja. Okay. And I just give 35 and age is 2. So this way you go on entering data for each and every question. Fine. I got only 3 questions. I collected the data from 4 respondents. The answer is here. I think it's clear. Am I clear? Yes. And here, sometime you will wonder, sir, only it is 1 to 1 to, after some comment to see, I will not be able to understand what does this 1 mean for, what does this 2 mean for. See, very simple. You can see a symbol here. See, show height value labels. This symbol, last symbol. Just click this symbol. Now it will show the original value. Male, female, male, female. So that kind of, once again click this, it will go back to your coding scheme. You click it again, it will show the original value. Okay, fine. So this is how, whenever you have collected the questions, you can come to PSPP, click on variable view. First, you define all the questions. Once the worksheet is ready, click on data view and you can go and enter the responses of your respondents. So this is how you can go type and create your data in PSPP. Fine. Yes. For example, once your data is typed, you want to save the file. Okay. Click on file, click on file, click on save button. It is asking, where do you want to save your file? I want to save in desktop. What is the name I want to give us? 233. That is the name I want to give. Okay. And say, click on save button. You can say save button. No? Just click on save button. You can see here, the file name is changed. It is written now 233.sav. The file extension is SAV. It means if you are having a SAV file, this file can be opened in any of the statistical packages. Where you are having SPSS, you are having JASP or Jamovi or SOFA or PSPP or any other software, this file can be opened. .sav file. Okay, fine. Now, I showed you how you can open the software, go to variable view and define the questions, how you can go to data view and you can enter the data for various responses, and how to save the file as a .sav file in your desired location. Once you have saved the file, you can see here, no? Can see this particular portion is blinking. I just click this. You can see there is another button called output, PSPP output viewer. So whenever you save the file, whenever you give any command to PSPP for any statistical test, the result will be appearing separately in a file called PSPP output viewer. So this viewer will pop in only when you ask the SPSS to do something, or only when you are making some changes in the data. This output window will appear. Okay, this is the output window. I can just minimize this and just minimize this. And this is how data is created. Okay, fine. Next one is, I'll show you this also. Sir, already I typed data in Excel file. What shall I do? Very simple. If you're having your data in Excel file, kindly open your Excel file. Save it, save the file as, click on file, save as, save it as comma separated value .csv file, because PSPP will be able to read the files which have the extension of CSV. No problem. For example, I'll show you how you can download the data. I'll just show you. You see here. I'll go to file option. In file, I just click on import data. I go to file, I click on import data. Okay, yes. In the import data, I need to mention where my CS file is. I just go to desktop. The desktop, I go to my folder, today's date, and I just click on data set for teaching. This is a file, this is a folder where I got all the files required for my today's class. And all these files I have already uploaded into our WhatsApp group, which you can download and use it. So for example, here is a file, PSPP export.csv. You click the file and say next. Once you say next, the screen appears here. Do you want all the cases? Amount to import? Yes, I want all the cases. Okay. Then click on next button. You can see the buttons available on the bottommost part of right hand side. Click on next. Now, see, this is the data I have in my Excel sheet, in my CSV file. Here, you need to select the line. You need to select the line above which variable names are entered. I got 3 variables: gender, week 1 and week 2. How many hours a person worked in the first week? How many hours a person worked in second week? This is the data I have. After selecting this line, click on next button. You can see your data here. Okay, line number, gender, week 1, week 2. This is the data I have in my CSV file. Okay, and then click on next button. You can see here both variable view and data view of your CSV file. Whatever you typed in CSV, all the data now are available in PSPP. It shows you how it will look like in the variable view and how it will look like in data view. Okay, fine. So data view is fine, absolute no problem. Here in the variable view, you can see here label is missing. See, label is missing. Value label is also missing. So before you import it, you need to add these things. See, gender, no. What is the label you want? I want type gender. Okay. What is the week 1? I need to type week 1 hours. How many hours a particular person worked hours. Week 2, I want type like week 2 hours. So I have created a label. So label is something that you give to a variable that will appear in the output. Fine. Yes. What are the value label? Week 1 numeric, no problem. Week 2 numeric, no problem. But gender is a variable where you can give a code. You can see in the data view, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. So I given a kind of a coding. So I should define here 1 stands for what, 2 stands for what. Okay. I just click on this value label against gender. A new screen opens. I just say 1 stands for, male. Say, click on add button and say 2 stands for female. Fine. Click on add button. Now I have defined both the codes. Say okay. You can see now it has come now 1 male. Okay, fine. So once this particular coding is done, because coding, we have to tell the software what kind of coding I have for gender. 1 is equal to male, 2 is equal to female. So this information you should tell the software. Then only the software for all your future analysis, it will consider 1 as male and 2 as female. Okay. And this kind of correction is to be done only for the categorical variables for which you have given some kind of coding. For example, you say 1 is for rural areas, 2 is for urban areas, 1 is for UG, 2 is for PG, 3 is for PhD. Okay. Whenever you give coding for any categorical variable, before you import it into PSPP or SPSS, you need to make this kind of correction. Once it is done, say apply. Just click on third button called apply. So you can see here, the data has come here now. You can see here, I'm in variable view. It has got gender with the value labels. Week 1, week 2, I given label name for all 3 variables. Is good. Now I'll go to data view. I can see my data. So this is what data I have collected. If you click on this hide or show value labels, you can see the answer, males and the females. Is it fine? So this is how you can import the data that you have already typed in CSV file into PSPP. It's a very simple process. 1 minute job, you can finish it up. Once your data is ready, you can go for all other kinds of analysis. Okay, yes. Now, so I told you how you can import a CSV file. Now we'll move on to other concepts. One is sorting data. How to sort the data? You have to go to data and click on sort cases. I'll just go to data. I click on sort cases. See, whenever you want to arrange the variables in a particular order, you can use this particular option. See, you want all the rural respondents to appear first, or you want all the responses given by undergraduates to appear first, or you want all the faculty members to appear first. So whatever order in which you want to arrange all the respondents, you can go for sort case option. For example, I want to arrange all the respondents based on gender. Okay, click on gender variable and just click on this arrow, rightward arrow. Now this particular variable selected. Now, based on gender, all my data will be arranged. Okay, how it should be arranged? In the ascending order. First 1, then 2. 1 stands for male, 2 stands for female. If you want to descend, go for descending. Descending means first female 2, then comes 1 male. Okay. Once these options are selected, just click on OK button. You can see here, all the females number appear first, then comes males number. This way, you can sort. You can ask a question. Sir, is it possible to arrange our data based on 2 variables? That means, first I want to arrange all the variables based on gender, then based on week 1 marks. See, this is 124, 99, 135. I'm not able to get any answer. So what I'll do is that I'll go to data. I go to sort cases. I say gender followed by week 1. First, you arrange all the respondents by gender. Then you arrange all the respondents by number of hours they worked in week 1 and say, okay, can see here, female, first 156, then 145, 135, 130 in the descending order. See, gender in the descending order, first 2, then 1. Week, number of hours worked in first week also now is presented in the decreasing order, female. Then male, 136 to 39. So this way, you can sort the cases if you feel that you can get a better idea about the data. Fine. Sort case option is available. Fine. I think it's clear to you. Once sort case option is clear to you, I'll show you next one called computing a variable. How to compute a variable? You have to go to an option called menu item called transform. In transform, click on compute. See, for example, you got some data. Based on whatever data you are having, you want to create another data. For example, here you know how many hours a person worked in week 1, how many hours a person worked in week 2, isn't it? This data you have already collected. Now you want the third data. What is the total number of hours a person used in both the weeks? So you need to total of hours worked in week 1 and week 2, and you need to create the fourth variable. Otherwise, see, you know how many hours a person worked in week 1, week 2. You need to find out what is the average number of hours a person worked. You need to find out the average. Okay. See, whenever you want to do any kind of calculation on the already existing data, any mathematical function or statistical function or any such kind of function, you want to calculate the mean, median, standard deviation, or you want to find out variance, minimum value, maximum value. See, hundreds of functions can be done on already collected data. To give an example, I would like to show you how you can total week 1 hours, week 2 hours, and you can find out the total hours a person worked. Fine, I'm going to find out. How to find out? Go to transform menu. What is the menu? You have to go to transform menu. In the transform menu, just click on compute. First option called compute option. Go to transform, click on compute option. Fine, yes. Once you are in compute option, here they're asking what is the name of the new variable. So I'm just going to type total. Total means the new variable. Already have 3 variables called gender, week 1, week 2. Now I'm going to have 4th variable called total. I give a name for the new variable. How to find out the answer? Just click on week 1. Send it to this box called numeric expression. Just click on this. It has come here. Okay. Then you need to plus it. Okay. Plus symbol is here. Just click plus symbol. It appears here. Then select the second variable called week 2 and click on this right arrow button. It has come to this box called numeric expressions. Now you are going to add week 1 plus week 2. That is going to be the answer for a new variable called total. Okay. Once it is done, just click on OK button. Okay. You can see here. So they have calculated the total hours works for all the participants. This is how transform button can be effectively utilized. For example, you want to find out after getting the total, you want to find out the average number of hours work, average hours. Okay, just go to transform, click on compute. It is asking what is the, see, this is the equation we used last time. Now I want to reset it. Just click on reset button. Everything will come back to the original position. Now on the new variable, what is the new variable? Average. I want to find out the average. How to find the average? I will take the total. I will send it across numerical expressions. Then you have to divide this. You have to divide this by 2. Yes, only 2 weeks they work. So I total divided by 2 will tell you what is the average hours they work. I say okay. You can see here average 298 divided by 2, 301 divided by 2. You get the average hour score for all the respondents. So what I want to say is that even after getting your raw data, based on your raw data, you can go and compute any number of mathematical and statistical functions which are available in PSPP. See, dear friends, whatever I tell you, whatever procedure I tell you, whatever steps I'll tell you, all these steps are equally same. They are same in SPSS also. Fine. So if you are familiar with this PSPP, you can use SPS also freely, absolute, no problem. Okay, fine. So that's about transform option. So I have learned transform. Then comes recoding the variables. See, recoding the variables. Where is the option available? Transform menu. In transform menu, this recode option is there. So I'll just, first of all, I'll tell you what is this recoding. See, I'll give a small example here. See, you collect the data from the respondents. So what is the data you collected? Week 1, how many hours they work, you collect the data. Now you feel that, see, I feel it's really difficult to analyze data. God, I would have collected the data in different way. In what way? See, this way you would have grouped the respondents. For example, those who are working up to 50 hours in a week, those who are working for 51 to 100 hours, those who are working from 101 and above. So I want to group all the respondents into 3 groups based on the number of hours they worked in week 2. So I want to group the variable, same data. I take this week 1, but I want to arrange it in a different state. Okay. How to do that? Just go to transform option. In transform, recode into different variable. That means I take one variable and I'm going to convert this into another variable, recode it. So you just click on recode into different variables. Okay. Now I've got it. Now it is asking what is the variable you are going to recode. What is the variable? I select week 1. So this is a variable I am going to recode. I have selected week 1 option. Then just click on this button, this arrow button. It has come old. What is the old variable? Week 1. You select the variable. After selecting the variable, you are going to give a name for the new variable. Okay, based on this variable is going to be recoded. See, what is the thing? I'm going to say new is new week 1. Say new week 1. Because I'm going to same data, I am going to make it into 3 different groups. Okay, new week. What is the label? I say it is the new week 1 hours. A label. This is a name, this is a label. Okay. Once it is typed, click on change. You can see here. See, week 1 is going to become now new week. Under recode into different variable options, once this is recode, both the variables will be available for you. Both week 1 and new week 1, both variables will be available in your data set for all kinds of analysis. Now, you need to tell the system what are the 3 groups. To define the system, just click on this button, old and new values. Just click on old and new values. So now you can see here a new small box appears where you should define how these three groups will be. My first group, range lowest. What is the value? 50. Those who worked 50 or less than 50 hours, no, they'll be given a value 1. What is the value they're going to give? They're going to give 1. Click on add button. It is added. 1 to 50, value 1. Then comes click on range button. The range button, number 51 to 100. Those who worked for 51 hours to 100 hours, they will be coded as number 2, second group. Okay. Then click on add button. So that's clear. And thirdly, range value through highest. Just click this button and just give 100. Those who scored more than 100, they will be placed under category 3. Say add. So now 3 buttons are there. Okay, now 3 buttons are there. We have grouped them into 3 groups and say continue. Now we have got 3 groups and say okay. So you can see here, now a new variable is created. Old variable is also available. New variable is also available. It is coded here. What is the code? More than 100, group 3. More than 100, group 3. Less than 100 but more than 50, second group. Okay. So this kind of coding can be done using transform and recode into different variable. Okay, you can use this option. Okay. The same way, you can do this also. Recode into same variable. For example, sir, I don't want this week 2 variable at all. This variable is to be changed. Week 2 variable is to be changed. I don't want this variable. If it is so, you can go on to choose this option, recode into same variable. For example, I just click on transform, go to recode into same variable. What is the variable you want to change? Week 2. Select the variable week 2. Send it across the variable box. Okay. Now here you have to click the variable. Then old and new values. Just click on this old and new values. Can see here, same process I am going to do. Okay. Up to 100. First of all, up to 50. I say value 1. Say add. And secondly, range 51 to 100. Value 2, say add. Then range highest, more than 100, say number 3, say add. Okay, say continue. Now, I have not created a new variable. The variable week 2 is going to be rearranged, recoded. Okay, and say okay. You can see here, the week 2 variable changed now. It is coded. The person who worked only for 39 hours is marked as 1, 56 2, 67 2, 89 2, 99 2, 102 2. So some kind of thing is there. Okay, we'll check it. So what I want to say is that this kind of recoding is possible. So even after collecting data, for example, you collected data about the income of the respondents. You ask them, what is your income? So they all have written 40,000, 30,000, 25,000. So after collecting this data, you feel that it is very difficult to analyze data. So I want to group every participant into 3 groups. Those who are having less than 50,000 as monthly income, those who are earning 50 to 1 lakh, those who are earning more than 1 lakh. So that kind of category you feel will be very helpful for you. In that way, now you can go for this recode option. I think you are clear. Recoding the variable. Okay, yes. Once recoding is done, then we will move on to the real one called our statistics. Okay, so our statistics, normally people say statistics can be divided into 2 groups. One is descriptive statistics, another one is inferential statistics. See, very, very simple. When you say descriptive statistics, you are going to define and explain what is what. Whatever data you collected, you are going to explain the data as such. Whatever is there, you are going to explain. That is called descriptive statistics. Normally, we use mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, kurtosis, skewness, and all kinds of charts and diagrams as descriptive statistics. Okay, we say measures of central tendency, mean, median, mode, and measures of variation called standard deviation, range, minimum, maximum, and all those things. They are termed as descriptive statistics. Then comes inferential statistics. It's very, very important. Whenever a researcher is testing the hypothesis, normally they go for inferential statistics. So inferential statistics is meant for hypothesis testing purposes. See, for example, I give a small example. So you want to find out how good a college is. So what do you normally do? I go to a particular college. I stand in front of the gate of the college. Whoever comes out of the college, I just ask a question. How is the college? What about the teachers? What about the environment? What about the placement training? What about the fees? What about the food facilities? So I just ask questions. I just casually I ask some 10 students. Okay. After getting the answer from these 10 students, I take a decision. I come to a conclusion that this college is like this. Yeah, ऐसा है. How do I take a decision? Based on the responses I received from just 10 students. That is called inferential statistics. So your population may be very huge. You may not be able to collect data from your entire population. So what we do, instead of collecting data from the entire population, I go and collect data from the sample. And with the help of the responses given by the sample, I am going to take a decision on how my population would be. Okay, just like how mommy is preparing rice. When mommy is preparing rice, mommy will put her hand in the pot. She will take few pieces of rice and she will test whether it is boiled or not. Okay. If 2 or 3 pieces are boiled, mommy comes to a conclusion that the whole rice in the whole pot is boiled, so she will switch off the gas light. The same way, we are going to have inferential statistics, which will be useful for testing the hypothesis that you frame in your research work. Okay, that's about descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. The first part, we will discuss about descriptive statistics. Okay. And all the descriptive statistics are found in this particular menu item called analyze. In analyze, go to descriptive statistics. In descriptive statistics, 2 options are there. One is frequencies, another is descriptives. 2 options are there. Frequencies, descriptives, both can be used for generating data required for your descriptive statistics. And what is the data set? I give a lot of tables for you. One table is descriptive statistics. That is a file I am going to use for the analysis. Okay, so let me show you. I go to file, click on open. I go to file, click on open. And I am going to my folder. In my folder, I click again subfolder. And what is the data file I require? This file, one descriptive statistics.sav. I just click open. See, file is open. And this is a variable view. I got 3 options: gender, week 1, week 2. Click on data view. And this is a data I collected from the respondents, from 20 respondents. Just click on this hide or show value labels. You can see male participants 10 members, female participants 10 members. So this is the first data. I'll show you how you can run descriptive statistics using PSPP. Fine. See, all the options are available under this particular menu called analyze. Go to analyze, click on descriptive statistics. Okay. And let me choose the first option called frequencies. You just click on analyze, descriptive statistics. There click on frequencies. Okay. Fine. Now you need to select the variable. After selecting the variable, you need to choose whether you want mean, standard deviation, minimum quantity, maximum number, and variance, skewness, or range, or mode, whatever you want, you can select. See, for example, let me select this week 1. I want to do some kind of descriptive statistics for week 1. Okay, I send the variable across the box variables. See, what are things I want? I want to get mean value. I want to get standard deviation. I want to get the minimum hours. I want to get maximum hours. Fine. This way, whatever I want to get variance, okay, and I want to get range. So all these statistics I require. Okay, I just click OK. See, I'll just show once again. Go to analyze, click descriptive statistics, click frequencies, then I just reset to show you once again. Click the variable for which you want all the analysis to take place. Send it across the box. Then select whatever statistics you want to calculate. You can select all the items. Once you selected all the items, click OK. So where is the answer? Now answers are available in a separate window called output viewer. You can see a small highlight is there. Just click on this output. You can see here. This is the output. You can see here. Do you see the screen? Okay. Left side, whatever commands, whatever we do, all are available. Right side, the answer for the queries that we placed before PSPP are available here. You can see here mean. What is the mean? 102.15. Standard deviation 32.62. Variance 1064. Range 117. Minimum 39. Maximum 156. And this is the frequency table. Okay. 39 hours, only one person work. 45 hours, only one person work. And 99 hours, two persons work. 89 hours, two persons. Total 20 persons are there. So this is a descriptive statistics. Okay, you know what is mean? Mean is equal to total divided by number of respondents. Mean is very simple. Then range is equal to maximum minus minimum. 156 minus 39 is equal to 117. Range is equal to maximum minus minimum. And what about these two items? Standard deviation and variance, both are different. Okay. So variance, normally how do they calculate variance? Very simple. See, you got some data. We'll calculate the mean for the value. And from the mean, you are going to minus, subtract each and every observed value. So whatever difference you get, that's called deviance. So deviant is nothing but the difference between your observed value and the mean value for the data set. It's called the deviance. So once you get all the deviance ought to be squared. Okay, if you don't square, no, the answer will be 0. So you have to square it. Square it. Once you square, you'll get variance. Okay, and you have to total. You have to total the deviance. Once the deviance is totaled, the total divided by n minus 1. Total deviance divided by n minus 1. If 20 students are there, 20 minus 1, 19. We say degree of freedom, n minus 1. Degree of freedom is equal to n minus 1. So total deviance divided by n minus 1 is equal to variance. So variance means totally how much the data is different from the mean. The total variance. But we want to know what is the variance for each and every individual data set. So what we do? You find out the square root of variance. That is called standard deviation. So square root of variance is called standard deviation. Standard deviation, what does it tell you? Standard deviation tells that 65 to 69% of your data will be varying from the standard deviation. I'll tell you a small example. For example, standard deviation is 32 in the sense, if you go and see the hours worked by the respondents, in this 65% roughly will be working in such a manner that either their working hours will be 100 minus 32 or 100 plus 32. For example, 100 is taken as the mean score. Okay, mean plus 32, that is 132, or 100 minus 32, maybe some 60 or 68. So the value points of 60% of respondents will be ranging from 68 to 130. From 68 to 130. How many scores? Around 65% of your item. That is called standard deviation. Okay. So these descriptive statistics can be calculated easily. Okay. Yeah, I'll just minimize it. I'll go once again. Analyze descriptive statistics. I click on frequencies. I've selected week. I selected all my requirements. Here, frequency table is there. Just click on this frequency table. It is already selected. Always display frequency tables always. In what way? Ascending value. If you want descending, you can go for descending value. I go for descending value. Click on continue. You say okay. Okay, now let me go to my output window. I can see here same stat here, but in the frequency table, now the values are arranged in the descending order. Okay, fine. That is the difference between how you ask the data to be presented in PSPP software. Okay, fine. Then comes Then comes, I go to analyze, descriptive statistics. I click on frequencies. For example, I select one variable called gender. I have selected. Okay. And now, for example, I just, 1 minute. I'll just close this data because we are working on another data. Yes, this is the data we are working on. I'll go to analyze, descriptive statistics, frequencies. Okay, I click on reset. Everything is reset. I click gender. It is sent across variables. So now I want to create a chart for this gender. So normally we go for MS Excel for generating chart, but a few charts can be generated even within PSPP and SPS also. Okay, I just click on charts. What kind of chart I want? I feel pie chart will be better because pie chart will tell you what are the components of this variable called gender. I just click the draw pie chart. Okay, and I say continue. I say okay. Now let me go to output window. I go to my output window. You can see here now. So now they are given mean, standard deviation, minimum for all things and all. You can see here frequency, female 10, male 10, frequency table. And you can see there's a pie chart. Then we have got equal number of male respondents and equal number of female respondents. The pie chart is sliced into equal two pieces. Is it fine? Good. Yes, that's about this gender. Let me go back once again to our file descriptive statistics, analyze descriptive statistics. I go to frequencies and I go to chart. This time I don't want the pie chart. Instead, I want bar chart. Okay, draw bar chart. Okay, say continue. Say okay. Let me go back to the output window. Let me see what the bar chart will look like. See, male and female both are equal in numbers, so it is looking like this. Is it fine? So this way you can go and run descriptive statistics. So once you get the results, no, you got a lot of results. Now you feel that all these results you want to save it as a maybe like a CSV file, which can be opened in MS Excel after some time, or you want to save it as a PDF file or TXT file. So you can save it. So for example, just click on file option. See, I am in now output viewer. I want to save the output. So you can copy also, but that may not look good. Okay, for example, single left click. Okay, then just click Control C, single left click to choose the portion of the output that you want to copy into your Word file. Click on Control C. Then you can go to your Word file and you can see Control V. It's how it looks like in my Word file. It's not good, no? It's not good. So I say Control Z to remove this. So it is not good. So it's better we can save it as a comma separated value. Later on, you can open it in MS Excel. You can do all kinds of font changing, size changing, drawing everything, drawing borders. Then you can copy it to Word. Okay. To do it, just click on File button. In File button, two options are there: print or export. If you want to print, for example, having a printer, you want to print, you can print. Sir, I'm having a PDF printer. I would like to print the entire output as a PDF file. You can do that, no problem. Just for example, just click on print option. It appears. If you have installed any printer or PDF printer, it appears. You can just print it. Otherwise, no, just go to file, click export. Just click on file, export. When you click on export option, it is asking you what kind of file format you want the file to be saved in. Okay, just come to leftmost, bottommost left part portion of the screen. Infer file type from extension. Just click on this downward arrow. Lot of formats are there. So you can see here, SPSS Viewer, PDF, HTML, ODT, open document file, a TXT file. If you are downloading it a TXT file, you can open it in MS Word, no problem. And PS file, CSV file. If you are downloading it as CSV file, you can open it in MS Excel. And that way possibilities are there. Okay, so let me open it, save it as CSV file. I clicked on CSV because if you are saving the output in CSV, you can go on to draw charts also. You can draw margin, all those things. Okay, and I want to give a name for this file. I just want to give 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the name of the file. 2, 3, maybe 4, 5. This is the name of the file, and I want to save it as CSV file. So whatever is available in the output window, all those analyses are to be saved as a CSV file. I given a name and I want to save it. Where? I want to save it in desktop. If you want to save it in any other place, you can choose a location and then say click save. Just let me close the screen. Let me close screen. Let me close screen and just go and see. Here you can see there's an option called 2, 3, 4. If I just click that 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5 is a comma separated value that contains the results of all the statistical tests that were conducted. See, whatever statistical tests I conducted, all are here. Fine. Fine. So that way you can copy the statistical results of statistical test. Okay. And as far as images are concerned, you can click the image, Control C, you can go and paste it in your Word file or wherever you want. So this kind of exporting or printing option is also available in PSPP. But if you go to SPS Note, there are many options. You can click the file, you can edit the file here and there. You can take it to the editor mode, edit mode. Inside SPS Zone, edit mode is there. You can go and edit the entire table. You can make it better, something like that. You can save it, you can copy it, you can go and paste it. So that SPS is having some advanced options as far as output is concerned. Fine. Now I want to close this. Go to File, click on Close. Now output window is closed. Which window? Output window is closed. Now a file is there. Okay, is it fine? Then comes, go to Analyze, go to Descriptive Statistics, click on Descriptives this time. Instead of frequency, click on Descriptives. Okay. So the descriptives, same thing. You can go for mean, median, mode, standard deviation, range, all those available. But here, only descriptive statistics are there. If you go to Analyze, if you go to descriptive statistics, you go to frequencies, apart from all these descriptive statistics, you got two additional things called charts and frequency tables. Okay. If you want the charts, if you want the frequency tables, you want descriptive statistics, go for frequencies option. No, sir, I want only one thing called Analyze, descriptives. I want to calculate only descriptive statistics. No problem. Choose the variable, send it to variables box and select mean, standard deviation, whatever you want to select. Say OK. Now go to output window. Can see here only mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum. Only these things are there. Okay. So that's the difference between these two options. You can go for either frequencies or descriptives. I think it's clear to you how to run descriptive statistics for the given data. Okay. Yes. Next exercise, number crosstabs. See, sometimes when you are collecting the data, you want to create a cross tabulation. What is a cross tabulation? Instead of a single frequency table, you want to create a table consisting of two variables. Two variables means gender versus number of hours worked, gender versus level of satisfaction, gender versus nativity of the respondents, gender versus type of courses being preferred. So this way, whenever you want to create a table consisting of two variables, we say they are cross tables, cross tabulations. Okay, these are called contingency tables. They're called contingency tables. How can you create contingency or two-way table? Very simple, two-way, three-way tables. Go for Analyze. In Analyze, click Descriptive Statistics. There, go for crosstabs. I'll show you here. I go to Analyze. Here, Descriptive Statistics. Click on crosstabs. When you click on crosstabs, now the window appears. They're asking which variable should be treated as a row item, which variable should be treated as a column item. Very simple. Okay, for example, I want to say that gender should be in column. There's only two values, male, female, two columns. And number of hours worked can be in rows, maybe 3 or 4 rows. Okay, I've selected two variables. One variable to be placed in row, another variable to be placed in column. Okay, I go to format. I don't make any change. I go to statistics. I don't want any statistics. Okay, I go to cells. I don't want anything. I just click OK. I just click OK. Now you go to output window. You can see here now. This is the contingency table. Okay, see 39 only male is there. 45 only male is there. And 89 one male, one female. So this is a number of hours worked versus gender of the respondents. This way you can create 222 or 223 or 322, 323. That any kind of cross tabulation is possible under this particular option called Analyze, Descriptive Statistics and crosstabs. Is it fine? So this way you can create cross tabulation also. So we have seen now how to create simple plain table, how to create a contingency table using PSPP. Okay, fine. I think you are clear. Okay. Now, before we proceed for other statistical analysis, I got 2 or 3 more and show you. Fine. For example, sometimes no, you want to a split file. There's an option called a split file. I'll tell you how it will be working. See, for example, I just go to analyze option. Okay. I go to descriptive statistics. I go to descriptives. I want week 2. I say okay. You know what is the result I get? What is the result I get? I want the result for week 2 statistics called mean, standard deviation, minimum, and maximum. This is the answer you get. Sometimes your teacher is telling you, I want say mean score, minimum score, maximum score, standard deviation for male and female separately. Okay, you want to split the file into male and female, and then you want to run all such kinds of statistical analysis. Okay, how to do that? There's an option called split file option. You can see here. You see where my cursor is there. It says no split. The bottommost portion of my screen says no split because I have not given any split option so far. Now I'm going to split it. How to split? Go to data. Under data menu, there's an option called split file, where under data, click on split file. Okay. How are you going to split? I am going to split the file based on the variable called gender. So I want the mean, median, or standard deviation, range, everything for a particular variable week 1 based on male and female. So I say compare groups. Previously it was analyze all cases. Do not create groups. But I am now clicking compare groups. I select the variable gender. I send it across the option called groups based on. I just click it. Now gender has come here. It means that we are going to analyze the data based on gender of the respondent. Okay. Then say okay. You can see here split by gender. Previously it was no split. Now my screen says split by gender. Now go to analyze, go to descriptive statistics, go to descriptives. I have selected week 2. Okay. I say okay. Let me go to output to check how the output looks like. You can see here now output for males. What is the mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum. Then comes female. What is the mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum for females. So this way you can run all descriptive statistical analysis based on any variable, maybe based on nativity, based on educational qualification, based on the level of occupation, based on the experience. You can use any variable and you can get mean, median, mode, standard deviation, range, all those descriptive statistics for every component of the variable. It's called a split option. Okay. Once you have done this, you are completed. Okay. I think you are clear with split option. Once it is clear, again go to data option, go to split file. There, click once again, either click on reset or click on analyze all cases. Just click on all cases. Okay. Then say okay. You can see here now no split. Okay. I have opted for split. I run the analysis. I got the answer. Then I have to go and close the split option. Fine. So that is how splitting is possible in both PSPP and SPSS. Okay, fine. That's called split option. Then comes making graphs. Before we go for inferential statistics, I'll show you how to make graphs using PSPP. See, PSPP provides only very few charts, very few. See, bar chart is there, bar chart is there, histogram is there, scatter plot is there. Only 3 to 4 charts only are provided in PSPP. But normally what people do is that, see, they do all analysis in PSPP or SPSS. They get the results. Results will be saved as a CSV file. They'll open the file in MS Excel. There, they can go and create different kinds of charts. That's what people normally do. But still, I'll show you how you can create charts in PSPP. Okay. I told you what is the data file we need. There's a file called 8 graphs and means. There's a file I need. So what I do is that I just click on file, I go to open and I'll go to my file called graphs and means. I say open. So I open another file for the purpose of creating graphs. Okay. Because when saying file no, you also will get bored. So I just close the first file. One, disk statistics, close without saving. I don't want the file. And secondly, let me close this file also. This is a file what we imported. I'll close that file also. I say close without saving. Fine. Now I got only one file. Okay. One data file and one output file. Only two views are there. Okay. See, for example, so there are two different methods of creating charts in PSPP. One method is go to analyze, discrete statistics, click on frequencies. Here you can see there's an option called charts. Maybe something like you go for school type. I select school type, set it across the variable. I click on charts. So how many charts? Only three are there. Bar charts, pie charts, and histograms. Only three are there. I click by chart. Okay. Say continue and say okay. And go to output window. We'll see. So this is what a school type. Okay. So these many are in public school and very few are in private schools as per the data what I have in this particular data set. It's a pie chart. Okay. Fine. Then let me go to same option, analyze, discrete statistics, frequencies. This time I select another variable called maybe program. What program students do, whether general program or academic program or vocational program or program. Okay, I just click the variable. I click on chart option. I go to bar chart. This time I click on bar chart, say continue and say okay. So let me go to my output window. You can see here now a bar chart is created. General 45, academic 105, vocational 50. So bar chart is ready. Fine. You can create bar chart, absolute no problem. Fine. Then go to analyze, discrete statistics, frequencies, click on charts. Here, histogram is there. The histogram is a chart what we normally prepare to identify whether data is normally distributed in a data set or not. We want to check. See, when you go for inferential statistics, one very important assumption is that data should be normally distributed. How to check whether data is normally distributed or not? There is a statistical test. I will explain in next 10 minutes. But you can draw a histogram to check whether data is normally distributed or not. For example, I want to check it. Before that, I will click on reset button. These are the scores: reading test, writing test, in maths, in science, in social science. How many marks a person has got? Okay, I have selected marks scored in reading test. I send it across the variable. I click on charts button. Now I want to create histograms. If you want, you can have a normal curve also, or just click superimpose normal curve. That means you want the normal curve also to appear. See, when data is distributed as a bar chart, a curve will be drawn. The curve, if it looks like a bell, no, if you look at bell, that means starting from the bottom, going up and coming down, no, that's kind of a bell shape. If it is a bell shape, no, we say that the data is normally distributed. Okay, I just say continue. I say okay. Let me go to the output window to see how it looks like. You can see here now. This is how a histogram looks like. Okay, starting from 25, it ends at 75. All these values are there. What is the mean value, standard deviation, 200 students, and the shape is like this is a kind of reading score. Reading scores. X-axis denotes the reading score. Y-axis denotes the frequency. Okay. If you see the frequency, no, see it goes like this. It goes something like this. No, that's called a bell-shaped showcase. So this will help you to understand whether data is normally distributed or not. Fine. Good. I will explain later what is normally distributed and all. But you can draw these pie chart, bar chart, and histograms which are available in analyze, discrete statistics, and the frequencies menu. It's one method. And the second method, there's an option called graph. There is a separate menu called graphs in PSPP. Here they provide only three kinds of charts. One is bar chart. We already learned it. Then histograms. We already learned it. Then there's something called a scatter plot. See, scatter plot is a chart which is used to when you want to check whether any two numerical data are correlated to each other or not. You're going for correlation normally. Before you go for correlation, you are checking whether these two data points are always moving together or not. Whether one, see, whenever you talk about scatter plot, you got two variables. You want to see how one variable reacts based on what happens to another variable. Okay, based on the number of idlis eaten by your brother, how many idlis you eat. That's called this scatter plot correlation technique. Okay, so I just click on scatter plot. It is asking for the variable for y-axis and x-axis. Now I'm going to see, for example, I take this reading data, how much a student gets in reading exam, then how much he gets in social exam. Okay, I believe that if a person is reading for more time, he will get more marks in social science. If he's getting less time of reading, he gets less marks in social science. That's what thing I have. So I just click on OK. And you can see the way how, see, scatter plot is here now. So this is social science mark and this is reading score. And normally they used to draw a line here to show how these two data points are going in together, linear style. See, whenever we talk about correlation, we talk about linear correlation, linear regression. See, that means that the linear correlation, linear regression talks about the relationship between two variables in such a way that when one variable is increasing, other variable also will increase. When one variable is decreasing, other variables will also decrease. So that kind of relation is called a linear relation. Okay, so histogram is used whenever you're going to test any hypothesis test. Before that, you'll go for test of normality. For that, people use histogram. And scatter plot normally people use when they go for correlation studies. Okay, so only bar chart, pie chart, histogram, scatter chart. Only these four charts are available in PSPP. Fine, good. So that's about our descriptive statistics. Fine. So far, I'll just show you whatever you have done. We just got ourselves introduced to the availability of a couple of free statistical softwares. And I told you what are the various versions of PSPP available. And I told you a screen where you can download the software. I downloaded the software. I installed and showed you how the software can be installed in your system. Then I introduced you to the interface of software called, we have got data view, we have got variable view and various menu items. And I showed you about the output window also. Then I told you how you can prepare different variables based on variable view. Go to variable view, how you can define each and every question. Then comes I told you how you can enter data. So I have got data in my hands, sir. I want to enter the data directly into PSPP worksheet. You can go and enter it, no problem. Once entering, how you can save in your system, I showed you. Then whenever you are having some kind of analysis in output window, how you can go for print or export option, I showed you. Then if you're having a data already typed in CSV format, comma separate value, how you can import the entire data into PSPP, I showed you. Then comes how you can arrange your data in a particular order, either descending or ascending order, based on either one variable or two variables, I showed you. I told you, based on the data, what you have already collected, how you can compute other variables like total, average, standard deviation, medians, variance, how you can calculate new variables based on the data that you already have. That's called computing a variable option. I showed you. Then I showed you how you can recode the variables. See, after you have collected the data can be rearranged into groups, into batches. See how you can do that, either based on the same variable or based on the different variable. I showed you. Then I showed you how you can run descriptive analysis in PSPP, the so-called mean, median, standard deviation, all those items. And I showed you how you can create a cross tabulation, that's contingency table, 2 into 3, 3 into 2, 3 into 4, those kinds of contingency table. And I showed you how you can split a file and you can run statistical analysis. And I showed you how you can draw different kinds of graphs in PSPP. Fine. Then I will introduce you one more concept before we go for a break. See, in statistics, we have descriptive statistics, which have been seeing the last half an hour. Then we have inferential statistics. Inferential statistics means hypothesis testing statistics. So whenever you are framing hypotheses in social studies, and these hypotheses are to be tested for their tenability, you have to test the hypothesis. You have to see whether you are going to accept the hypothesis or you are going to reject the hypothesis. Okay, that is a normal way. So hypothesis can be framed, can be set, can be stated in either in a null form or in an alternative form. For example, there is no significant difference between boys and girls and number of idlis they take along with mutton curry. This is called null hypothesis. What is the alternative hypothesis? There is a significant difference between boys and girls in terms of number of idlis they eat along with the mutton curry. This is the alternate hypothesis. So, yeah, hypothesis can be stated either in the null form or in the alternative form. But normally in social sciences, we frame the hypothesis in null form because it is very easy to accept or reject. So that is why, see, when you go to court, no, they say this fellow is a convict. They say this fellow is a convict. They start the case. So after case is over, no, then they'll give a judgment whether this fellow, whether we are going to accept that he is a convict or we are going to not accept that he is a convict. So that's why we normally state the hypothesis in null form. Once the hypothesis is stated, this is to be tested. How to test it? There are two different categories of test called parametric test and non-parametric test. Two categories of inferential statistical tests are available. One is called parametric, other is called non-parametric. Okay, and you should exactly understand what is the difference between these two different sets of statistical tools. Okay, because both are required in different occasions, and you should know when do you require parametric and when do you run non-parametric. Okay, see, parametric inferential statistical tools are conducted when you are having a data in numerical form. Your dependent variable should be in numerical data. How many idlis you eat, okay, how much of salary you get in a month, how many hours you spent on internet. See, the depending variable should be in numeric, first condition. Second condition, the data should be normally distributed. Data should be normally distributed. Okay, so you should run one test of normality to check whether the data is normally distributed or not. So you can ask the question, so please tell me what is this normally distributed data? Very simple. I give an example. You go to a class, a typical government school class, 40 students will be there. Out of 40 students, there are 6 to 7 students, those who are extra brilliant. Whether teacher comes to class or not, whether teacher teaches or not, they will get 85, 90, 95. Absolutely no problem. And there are another 7 to 8, 10 fellows are there. They are good for nothing fellows. They'll fail. Okay, irrespective of the efforts of the teacher, they will fail. I am talking about a typical government classroom where all kinds of students. If you go to private school, now what they do, all the students, those are good, doing very good, will be put in a single class. That is not the normally distributed class. Okay, what is a normally distributed class? A class where a very minimum number of students will be scoring highest marks. A very minimum number of students will be failing. A maximum number of students will be getting, whether teacher comes to class or not, they will get around 40, 45, 50, 55, they'll pass it. That kind of fellows will be more in number. Okay, so that kind of data is normally distributed data. So what are two conditions? Data should be numeric, first of all. Secondly, data should be normally distributed. And in some cases, there's one more test called whether equal variance is there or not. So having two different set of data, three different set of data, male versus female, UG versus PG versus PhD, assistant professor versus associate professor versus professor. We're having these kinds of grouping now. The variance between these groups are almost equal. There's no, because all these respondents are taken from the same population. Same population. So the variance is there, but it's not that much. Okay, so that kind of assumption is to be tested. See, if these assumptions are fulfilled, then you can go for parametric. The assumptions are not fulfilled, you can go for non-parametric statistics. Please understand. Is it fine? Okay. Sir, I have collected my data. My dependent variable is not a numerical data. It is an ordinal data. It is an ordinal data, like very good, very bad, very satisfied, not at all satisfied, excellent. So this kind, first rank, second rank. So I have got ordinal data. What to do? You cannot conduct parametric. You have to conduct only non-parametric tests. So I got another case, sir. I have collected the data. Data is in numbers only. But when I am testing the data for normality, the result shows that the data is not normally distributed. Here, even though you are having the data in numerical form, the data is not normally distributed. You cannot conduct parametric. Instead, you should conduct non-parametric statistics. Clear? So I think I am clear with this. So we will take few minutes break. Before the break, if you are having any doubt with regard to the concepts that we have learned the last 1.5 hours, you're most welcome, please. Any doubt? At least one of you can answer whether you have a doubt or not. Anyone? Then shall we have 5 minutes break?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. We'll meet after 5 minutes, please.